Welcome to That's Good Broncos. I am Brandon Perna, the NFL football anchor who is nearly as bad as the NFC East. Nearly. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking about the Broncos' future for this season, playoff picture, and the fucking injuries they're dealing with. It's all getting the water's getting a little murky right now, and there are some questions about how this team can handle the challenges they're about to face. That's good, Broncos. Heading into this week's game against the Oakland Raiders, the Broncos are most likely going to be without the following players: Vernon Davis, concussion protocol. Danny Trevathan, concussion protocol. David Bruton, mysterious knee, MCL, LCL sprain, bruise, some sort of knee injury. TJ Ward, high ankle sprain. Those fuckers are nagging injuries that take a while to recover from. Sylvester Williams still has his ankle injury. Even if he plays, I'm not sure he's going to be 100%. Big men on small ankles, not a recipe for quick healing. CJ Anderson, ankle injury. And then, of course, you've got Peyton Manning returning to the practice field this week, getting some on-field workouts. He'll be evaluated after the Raiders game. And we have Demarcus Ware, hopefully able to return against the Raiders. That would be a huge boost for our defense this weekend. But the Raiders aren't the real problem. I don't think this game's going to be a pushover for the Broncos, but I'm confident they can win despite all the injuries they currently have. Their biggest challenge with all the injuries at the safety position are going to be finding ways to cover Amari Cooper and Michael Crabtree. And as long as they can continue to get pressure on Derek Carr, which if Ware returns should be a task this defense can handle. After this game, we've got a pretty crazy AFC wild card race. Of course, the Patriots have lost 2 in a row. The Bengals have lost 2, and the Broncos have lost 2. A strange note that I have noticed is that all the undefeated teams this season, the long-lasting ones, so the Packers, the Broncos, the Bengals, and the Patriots, when they finally lost, they all lost 2 games in a row. Does that mean anything? No, but just know that I pay attention to shit here. So, the Bengals and Steelers play this weekend. We're going to probably root for the Steelers, even though we face the Steelers the week after. And then we face the Bengals. So the Broncos' playoff future is completely in their control. If they win out, they will have first round bye in the playoffs, the number 1 seed, and home field advantage, which would be great, especially if the Bengals or Patriots have to come to town, or Steelers or Chiefs right now. It looks like it's going to be one of those teams, possibly the Jets. All of those teams, with exception to maybe the Jets, are teams that I would be nervous to play. The Steelers' offense is probably the best offense in the NFL right now. I'm not sure any defense can keep up with them. The Chiefs' defense is fucking insane. They are extremely talented at pass rushing. They're solid on all 3 levels like the Broncos' defense, and their offense is clicking. It's sort of like the Broncos' offense, except Alex Smith is a master at not turning the ball over, and they're finally finding some explosive plays from their running backs, receivers, and they have Travis Kelce at tight end. So those are games that would be a bit worrisome for me if the Broncos have to face the Steelers or Chiefs in the playoffs. We'll find out exactly how we match up with the Steelers in 2 weeks, and I am not 100% confident in that game, especially if TJ Ward and David Bruton aren't healthy by the time the Steelers come to town, because with Antonio Brown, Martavis Bryant, and Marcus Wheaton catching deep passes from Roethlisberger, I'm not sure if we can cover all those guys. And that's with one of the best secondaries in the NFL. Then, of course, we have the Patriots. Let's just hope the Jets are able to beat the Patriots when they play in a week or two. Because by the time the playoffs come around, the New England Patriots are going to be much more healthy than when the Broncos last played them. They'll have Gronkowski back, and they should have Edelman back by the time the playoffs come. And let's be honest, if they had Edelman in that game, even if they had Danny Amendola in that game, they probably wouldn't have lost because one of those guys would have been returning punts, and I doubt either one of them would have muffed that late game punt that put the Broncos back in the race to get the win there. The other thing to note, Chicago, who the Broncos have recently played, the Patriots, and of course San Diego last week, have all had beat-up teams when the Broncos played them. Now, a win's a win in the NFL. All teams are beat up late in the season, but the Bears were without Alshon Jeffrey and Matt Forte, who are big difference makers in that offense. The Patriots, I just mentioned, and the Chargers, no Keenan Allen, and their receiving core is not putting the fear in the hearts of any secondary in the NFL. So I mention all this, one, because I'm getting really excited to see how these final 4 weeks play out, and two, to brace everybody if we don't win out. There's a good chance we won't, and there's a good chance we could end up a team playing in that wild card round. If we lose to the Bengals or Steelers, and the Bengals and Patriots win out, which they both could easily do, then we're going to have to play that first week. And for a team that's sort of beat up right now, we could really use that extra week of rest. Football is about to get very exciting, and this is exactly why we all watch. And this is why back in fucking September and October, when everyone's making their predictions about who's gonna make it, and the Chiefs are dead, and the AFC West is a runaway for Broncos, we're full of shit. You never know until fucking December arrives, and we're hitting December football. Let's hope the Broncos dominate the Raiders this weekend. Guys get healthy and come back ready to play, because they got to beat the Steelers. They got to beat a very complete Cincinnati Bengals team. The Bengals offensive line is very good, which allows them to have a strong running game, a strong passing game, and their defense is solid all around. So we're going to find out a lot about our team, and we have the quarterback question. Do we give Manning a shot? Does he get a chance to play against one of these teams? I think if he tells the coaching staff he's ready to do it, he's earned the right to have that chance, and let's just see what fucking happens. Let's lose the idea that we're going to be the number 1 seed, and let's see who gives us the best chance to win during the regular season when we can afford a loss, because you can't afford a loss in the playoffs, because you're done. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Broncos. Make sure you subscribe here to my channel. Give me a follow on Twitter at Brandon Perna. I've got so many more YouTube followers than Twitter followers, so it'd be nice to see that number grow just a tiny bit. Also have That's Good Broncos Facebook page. Give it a like, and check out my Shane Ray video over there, because I think it's pretty funny. Should have gotten 1 million views, but it hasn't.